Okay, Martin, our tour guide, Oswald is our bus driver. Martin Boswell is going to translate the article about our pirate relative. See, like there's the crest and the ship.
Yeah, neat.
And we're a direct descendant of him. It's just gonna record your voice. I'm not gonna. You don't have to be paranoid.
Yeah, I don't have to be, but I am.
Okay, I'll just face it my way. There we go.
Is this the kind of camera you guys use at CBS?
No, they're a little bit bigger.
So about 1490, Christopher Tronson, called Rustung, was born on the farmstead same at Roosendaal. Does that make sense to you? Where it is?
No, I don't know what that is, but I'll find out.
He grew up to be one of Norway's greatest sea fighters, let's say, and was the first. He was the top admiral of Norway. His descendants number many thousands.
Wow.
Yep, that's you. Oh, this is all the articles that they got. Okay. He went down, even as a boy, it seems he went down to the boats and was sailing on the fjord outside the farmhouse. And every time the boats got a bit bigger and the tours got a bit longer, the trips got longer. He developed himself to be an experienced sailor. Many people wanted to meet him and knew him. I don't know. He lived in an uncertain time. There was still fighting in Norway between the Danish kingdom, the Danish nobility, and the rest of the Norwegian Stormannslægten, like important people, nobility maybe, which had common interests with the Norwegian geistligheten. That's the word I don't know. So it was an uncertain time, let's say. Some of them wanted Norway to become an independent kingdom, and some wanted Protestantism to come into the country. So that's just the background. This is still about the background, really.
Okay. I figured there wasn't going to be too much about him specifically because it was so far back.
So it's talking about this Vincent Lunge. He tried to keep Norway in the union with Denmark, but also wanted to secure the Danish kingdom's grip on the land, let's say, as well as increase his own power, tried to get his own power. He got married to Margaret in 1523. The same year he was sent to Norway as a consul, I think, something like that, and a kind of administrator in the Bergen fortress. Margaret was the daughter of someone else. 1523, Olav Engelbrektsson was chosen as Archbishop of Trondheim. So this Olaf and Vincent began to respect each other eventually. Oh no, then they ended up as bitter enemies. Okay. Christopher Trondsen with this sort of nickname Rustung. Old Norwegian name for walrus.
Walrus.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Rustung is an old Norse word for walrus. Was the top over commander, I don't know how you call this in English, for the military forces of the Archbishop Olaf Engelbrekt. Okay? The two were probably also distant relatives. As the leader of the Archbishop's forces, he did pirates. Yeah, here, you know, how comes to the pirate part. So he basically made trouble for this other guy, Vincent Lunge. So he was a hindrance to Vincent Lunge's ambitious plans. Christopher Trondsen did a good job both in the sea and as a diplomat. And the bishop was impressed. In August 1535 he wrote about Christopher, "He is clever and can be useful for the kingdom both on the land and on the sea." The day after Christopher and Vincent Lunge came in there's some words I don't know.
No, it's okay.
They came to a fight or something. Oh, I see. So they got in some kind of personal thing, and that was bad because Christopher... Too complicated. When Frederick I died in 1533, there was a struggle for who to be the king in Denmark. And okay, so then there was a power struggle, and Olaf, the bishop, he became the leader of those who wanted to get Norway out of the union of Denmark and to avoid the Protestant King Christian III as King of Norway. He was a well-known king of Denmark.
So he wanted nothing to do with Denmark. He wanted to separate from Denmark, but he didn't want Protestant
Yes, because they kind of went together at that time.
Okay.
It was 1533, that was only a few years before Denmark officially became Protestant and Norway as well. Okay, when it was necessary Okay, so it was necessary to, I think, throw Vincent out of the kingdom, and he made Christopher Rustung do it. He wasn't ready for taking up such a big fight. 3rd of January 1526, Vincent's Lunge.
You can skim through it, that's right. Some translation is better than one, you know.
So Olaf Engelbrektsson, the Archbishop, had played high stakes, let's say. But too few military forces, he didn't have any possibility. He didn't have the support of the people, which didn't number in any case more than 200,000 or 300,000. And the land was still affected by the Black Plague, by the Black Death. Gordon Indre Arne, that's the place where they made the buses. Remember I showed you? That's not near you. So Christopher Rustung, during this time of war, sailed to Bergen as the leader of a military force in March 1536. Anyway, he led an attack on the Bergen fortress, but he was taken into prison. Then he was later set free. Quite amazing life, isn't it? In August was the nobility in Copenhagen decided that Norway should be given a position as an independent kingdom. To not be an independent kingdom anymore, and shall be put into Denmark as a province. That was like a punishment. So in April 1537, Olaf fled on a ship, I think owned by Rustung, which took him to the south till the friends in Holland. So in other words, he escaped. With him, Olaf had the archives and a collection of gold and silver things from the church and the vicarages in the archbishopric or something like that. So he basically shot through with the loot. Christopher went into the service of the Pfalzgrev, I think this is a German king, Frederick, as commander of the pirate fleet. At that period, he was called Christopher von Drontheim. That was also an uncertain period, and the state was in constant conflict. The states were in constant conflict with each other. The kings had therefore need of clever naval officers, and King Christian III took him on. Christopher, this is your relative, was professional, went up slowly in the ranks.
Okay.
In 1543, he became the under-admiral to Morgan's Jyllandsstjerna, later the King's Admiral over the fleet, and in Bremerholm, I think that was a part of Germany owned by Denmark. He was given given big properties both in Norway and Denmark, and became an important man. And became an extremely rich man. Anyway, Christopher's spouse wrote to the king for help when she became an enke. Enke might be I don't know this word, maybe it's a widow. We don't seem to be up to widow yet. I can't ask him if it's not. Something about this, getting this farmstead in Indre Arne. Oh, so she was a widow, yes. So Rustung died probably at the farmstead Seim, S-E-I-M. So he's probably buried in the Kvinherad church. Which is that one? Is that the one in that town?
I don't know.
It looks different.
I don't know.
Kvinherad, I don't know where this is.
I'll have to do some search on the internet about that.
Okay, this is about since his death, I think. So in the course of the 500 years, there are now thousands of people in the western part of Norway which have the admiral as an ancestor.
I would imagine.
It's not funny about that, is it?
Right.
Well, this is just all about them. This is just a whole lot of names and who was who.
Okay.
So one woman married out to the skipper from Scotland, or the Orkneys. There was important connections between Scotland and the western part of Norway. Many Scottish people married here.
Oh, that's like the whole thing with the Shetland Islands, is that correct? Yeah.
Oh, this is just telling about all the descendants and how it all works.
Oh, okay. All right, so you covered him. And
We're still only up to 1643. What?
so what year was it that he died, probably? It doesn't really say, right? It's not specific? They probably didn't know.
1565, according to...
Oh, yeah, it's probably on his gravestone. Right?
Because it said the widow wrote to the king for help when he was... She wrote to the king for help when she became a widow in 1565. So that must be it. This is like a Russian novel with all these names I can't figure out.
And what is this? Is like a local area paper? Is that, or this doesn't even say, right? Is it?
This is the Bergen newspaper.
Oh, okay.
6th of June, not long ago. So they must have photocopied it and laminated it.
Yes.
Pirate and Admiral from Hardanger.
That's what the title says?
Yeah, I think that means pirate. A sea rover. So that's what you said.
Oh, maybe a journeying admiral from Hardanger.
But this is a noun. I think it's or a seafarer maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It doesn't say underneath where that church is?
In Herod, I don't know where this is. It's somewhere in this part of, in that part of Norway by Bergen. This is just, this couple had 6 children which grew up.
So they're trying to give the line as best they could, I guess.
But
the descendants.
Blah, 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 blah. The 4 sons had a tragic fate. 3 eldest died in the war, and the other one didn't have any children. The 2 daughters were also childless. The youngest, blah, 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 blah. Youngest was a chambermaid to Queen Charlotte Amelia. Oh, she was famous actually.
Oh, yeah?
But she was condemned to death when she tried to... she tried to do something bad to another chambermaid who she was jealous of.
Sounds like a soap opera.
So then it was commuted to life imprisonment, and she died on the island of Bornholm.
So there was this one word you hung up on, right? Were you going to ask Oswald what that word? Oh, yeah, right, okay. All right.
When did I pause? Or the worst? What was the one I was thinking of asking? Oh no, that was if it was the widow, the word for widow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Great. All right. Great. Thanks, Martin.
So this is not any. This is just the newspaper. So
Okay.
okay.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I mean, a loose translation is better than nothing. So.
That's only just about that part.
Yeah.
The walrus.
Right. That's right. Thank you.